Okay, here we are at Cheryl's Pet Salon, North Haledon, New Jersey. Going to demonstrate our product, Dogs in Style. It's a 3-step waterless system that is designed to clean your dog, refresh, and stretch out the grooming process. The first thing that we're going to use is a product called Refresh. Now, what Refresh is going to do, this is the meat and potatoes, basically, of the system. You're going to spray it on your dog, and you don't have to spray it on real heavy, but you want to get it on there. If I spray it on the dog's face, I hold the eyes. I don't want to get it in the eyes. Whatever brush that you use on your pet, you're going to use that to work it in. And this is busted here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work this in, brushing with the grain, good boy, and against it. So I'm going to add a little bit more so I get down near the skin. Now you notice I'm using a grooming table, but if you're doing this at home, you probably want to have someone help you hold the dog, if you have, especially if you have him up on the table, just so it's safe. Areas like around the feet, under the tail, the areas that are going to get a little bit more messy, I may want to use a little bit more. Work it in. Good boy. A little bit more on the head. And just work it in. If I don't have a brush, I can use my hands. I just want to get this down and work into the coat. Now if I put too much on, it's not going to hurt anything. You're just going to be wasting product, basically. The next step is the powder. Now why do I need powder? Once I break everything down, and if you're able to feel this, you'll feel it's a little bit tacky. I got to remove it. I got to remove what I left behind. So it's the same concept as what water would do to soap. It needs something to rinse it away. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the powder that's going to absorb everything, and that's going to rinse it away because we're going to brush that through and it's going to float down into the towel. That's why I put a towel under the dog so it doesn't make a mess. Cleanup is real easy. I'll take the powder and I'll sprinkle it in. I could do a little at a time. I just choose to get it on the dog. Actually, if it sits on the dog a little bit, it's going to absorb it a little bit easier. Brush it through. So, very important that I work this through completely. Now, when I'm done, basically what's going to happen is no powder will come off of my hands from the dog. So that's how I know I brushed it through enough. And I go in both directions. Matter of fact, it's good if I get the hair up a little bit because I can work some of this powder down in the coat. Areas that are a little bit difficult, the hair actually helps. A little bit of hair on the brush will help. Put it right on the brush, work it in.
What do you do if you get it in the dog's eyes?
You know, if you get it in the dog's eyes, you want to rinse it immediately with fresh water. It's designed to be gentle on the eyes, but technically anything going in a pet's eyes is something that I would want to remove it just so you don't have any problems. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I didn't do the other side yet, and I'm not going to just yet because I want you to see the visual difference. whitening of the coat is not the powder. It's the dirt that actually being removed. And I'll show you proof of that in a minute. Good boy. See, like the face, I'm not putting the powder directly in the face. I'm putting it on the brush. And I'm working it through. Good boy. The good thing about this also is it gets you to have to brush your dog out. So, and all right, let's get the tail. Now, really all this is old world pet grooming. This is how dogs in the 1700s were basically cleaned. They didn't go in the tub. I mean, the people didn't really go in the tub back then, so never mind your dog. So, but we just put a twist on it. We reformulated everything to make it smell good, to make your dog just actually feel good. That way you come over here. Feel. Feel this side.
Feel the difference.
It's a big difference. Look at your hand. Do you have powder in your hand?
Nope.
Because you worked it through. Now, what happens is powder's on the towel. Everything floats down to the towel. Let's turn Buster around. Come here, Buster. Actually, let's get a shot. This side complete. This side untouched. He was an extreme case. He was real dirty. I mean, the more often you do this, the cleaner your dog is actually going to be. Also, he smells real good. You know, opposed to this side where he actually was a little greasy and had a fishy smell to him. He smells real good. Now, all this stuff is biodegradable. It's designed for your pet skin and coat. It's not going to hurt it. It's been tested clinically. And that's it.
How long will he smell clean for?
Well, depending on how active he is, honestly, it can go as long as a few weeks, or it could be a couple of days. But if it's a couple of days, you just redo the treatment and put it through. I mean, you see how easy it basically was. It's a lot easier than putting them in a tub with water. Again, it's not going to replace, and I want to say this, it's not going to replace soap and water. Nothing will. But it's the closest thing you'll get. So if you have a dog that just doesn't want to go to the groomer, if you want to save money and you need to stretch out your grooming time, if you have a dog that just came from the veterinarian that was hurt, can't be bathed, anywhere where water is a problem is where this will come into place. Okay, and it's simple, it's easy, and it works. It works wonders. And I'm not saying that because this is a product that I developed. It's a product that I worked on for years to achieve these goals.
What if your dog gets sprayed by a skunk?
It works unbelievable on skunk odors. Now, we haven't tested it on every single odor out there, so I can't say it's going to break down all odors. But everything that we've tested it on, it's worked completely. Even on your own hands. I mean, I remember working with onions. I had gasoline on my hands once. I said, let me try the product. I would put it on my hands and work it in, and it works great. The only place that you can use it on dog is in their mouth, because a lot of times the skunk will spray them as they're going for it, so they get it in their mouth. But for the most part, you can use it on the face, you can use it anywhere on the dog. It also is really good at breaking down urine. So if you got that male dog that when he urinates, he gets it on his legs, his feet, you spray it on, and it eliminates it completely. 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as brushing your dog. Easy as putting a towel down and then brushing your dog. That's it. That's all it takes. Okay.